This reading is going to be a little bit more specific because it's one I actually did for myself regarding a connection that was a little bit short-lived, but there were still some stops and starts in there. So if you've been through something similar, you might want to stick around. We had a very natural and easy chemistry. The sparks were there in a major way. It was hot and heavy. And as good as that vibe was, there was still a sense of disconnect. There was distance and pullback. But it wasn't just one time around the track. You still offered this person a little bit more rope. And let's just say that they didn't do well with the opportunities that you afforded them. They ended up, unfortunately, hanging themselves with that rope. So you went into this well-intentioned. Obviously, if the chemistry hadn't been as real as it was, you wouldn't have given it a take two. And I think because you didn't know them extensively or very deeply, it was more about the perception. I know you can't see this very well, but this nest is empty. So maybe on paper, you had the impression initially like, hey, things are possible between us. This is someone I could imagine in my future. But the reality is that there wasn't substance here. Whatever you are looking for, you couldn't have found it with this person. So instead of wallowing over the fact that this cup is empty and you're kind of back at square one, the phrase that came to mind was, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. But I think that we don't have to assign blame here. And why should you accept shame for being nice and for giving someone the benefit of the doubt, especially if you liked them? I think instead it's more like sucks for them because, like I said, the way that you looked at them was more about perception. You didn't know them that well, so it was more about an idea of what the future could be. Whereas you know what you bring to the table, right? You have knowledge of who you are and what you're offering. So I feel like you can take this as a learning lesson. You can just look at it as though there are logical and logistical reasons why things don't always work out. And sometimes the universe is kind of helping us swerve what could end up being more heartbreak and more difficulty. If you're starting out a situation and from the jump, someone is sort of dropping the ball and not matching your energy, you are only going to go down from there, right? So you can look at it like, yes, this cookie has crumbled and you cannot put a crumbled cookie back together, but you can still enjoy it. You can still look at it like, I had fun. It was good while it lasted, and it didn't last forever, but honestly, babes, you're better for it, I promise.